welcome back. Thank you for your patience as we had our small comfort break.
We didn't make a plan.
Oh my god,
Did anyone think we would?
No.
Kinda.
What campaign have you been playing?
Oh, who's the goodest boy of Adolin?
Okay, do you want to just plow forward to commune with nature, scrying, divination, all of the above? I don't think I could do them whilst walking.
Commune with nature might be a fun one to bust out on a new plane.
Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't take long. It would take like 11 minutes.
11.
It's been 11 minutes.
Okay.
I think we can take 11 minutes.
Up to 3 facts of your choice.
Dim your computer screen. Sorry, I can see it. Like, otherwise, not. Well, both. It's fine. Yeah.
Certainly. 3 facts. Okay, and they can be about terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, influence from other planes of existence, buildings. So we could ask about if there's a palace within 3 miles of here. That's the radius. Or like where it is. I'm assuming up the mountain though, so that might not be that very helpful. Power of celestials, fae, fiends, and undeads.
Knowing how many archfey are about could be
that could be useful. Absolutely.
What's
in
the range on
positioning? 3 miles again.
No.
Yeah.
Big.
Terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples. We could ask about like any other fae that are in the vicinity. We could have like one question that's about like the big archfey, like the big powerful ones. But we could also ask about the prevalent ones that maybe we could come into in the interim. I don't know. Yeah.
If Kai and Polly are both half elf, do you think that will make the Fae like them more or less?
If they're racist, probably
Polly's
less. Unfortunately.
We think she is.
Can you make me an intelligence check?
Who?
You.
Me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I've done amazing. That is 5.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it sounds like they're
Probably
racist.
which? I said this one or this one.
Oh, I mean, Garen said they were pretty racist, so I'll
Yeah.
probably be pretty racist.
From studying signs of Varro's passing, I'd like to use this new neck to mark a creature as Macquarie, or favourite foe, by studying signs of its passing, such as tracks that were left within 24 hours.
Okay.
And I think, given the tracks we've been able to find, the 3 older ones and the 1 set of fresher ones that took off at a run, I'm very confident that's Varro.
Okay.
So I would like to...
You want to mark the creature that is the later set of tracks?
Yes.
Okay.
Which will just give me some bonuses to track them, effectively. And if we get into a fight, bonus damage.
Okay. How long does that last?
24 hours.
Okay.
I love the word quarry.
Quarry, yeah. So I think if you're casting something, if Kai's mulling over race relations in the Faewilds, I'll be focusing on Varro. I'm assuming like Polly's alright with that. I'd probably like just check with Polly.
That's fine.
Excuse me, like hunt your cousin.
I mean, listen, I still don't want him dead. I really don't. I feel like that could create some uncomfortable family dynamics when...
I'll just kill him, it's fine.
At the moment, everything is fine. Absolutely fine. No.
Insight check.
Can you not? Well, I mean...
Not fine.
I don't know how it is. I just thought that we had beef. I didn't even think we had beef. I just thought he was mad at me, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna bounce. And then it turns out that he's been...
evil the whole time.
He's been like indoctrinated into evil. I wouldn't say that he's always evil. He was a really cool kid. Like
You can be cool and evil.
That's true.
Adolin has a frowny face on.
Popularity doesn't mean good.
I know. No, that's not. It's the like, cool is not good.
Yes, that's the argument that I'm making.
No, wait. Cool is No, hang on.
Uh-oh.
Oh. You seem to be harbouring some complex mixture of feelings
Just
of...
don't kill my cousin. It's fine if you mark him as your quarry. Just don't kill him.
Adolin will not kill your cousin.
Kai! Please don't kill my cousin.
I will try.
He is still a knight of
Not
ash.
to kill him.
Will not.
Yes.
I will not kill him.
I will try to kill him.
I can't promise I will. But I can't promise I won't.
Mm.
Clifford, also don't kill my cousin, please. Marion, don't kill him.
Marian's not here. This is Belinda.
Belinda.
Belinda, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You apparently
Only
bear a
readings.
striking resemblance to a dragon we met once.
Oh, really? Well, that's quite a compliment.
Not really.
Yes.
Oh god.
You both have wings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit rude.
Has Belinda's feeling of bond towards her knight changed at all
Ooh,
since
that's
she
a
came to the
good
Faewilds?
question.
Oh, I don't think so.
Cool.
Interesting.
Okay.
Just thought I'd ask on the off chance that they might be here.
How would I know?
I really don't.
I've never been bonded to someone I couldn't tell you.
I've heard stories from some knights or stories that filtered their way down, that some knights and their bonded steeds could communicate telepathically.
Oh.
Never experienced it myself.
And you'd all hear this, like, her voice just go, hello! Echoing through your heads for a bit.
So funny.
That's just us.
Oh.
Hmm.
I don't know. If they are there, they don't answer.
Thank you for checking.
Okay, shall we look for powerful fae in the area? Prevalent peoples in the area,
Yeah?
Yeah.
you know? And do you want to do buildings just in case?
Hmm.
Sure.
Okay, like the general location of the palace?
No, thank you.
No, get them away from me.
But you like these.
Sorry, I'm good. I've got my snack
You
bar.
jump scared her with jump.
With my offers.
You don't reach over the TM screen. This is my private space. I like
I
this
wasn't
space
reaching over with my eyes.
I don't know.
No!
Powerful fae, prevalent peoples,
Okay.
Buildings.
palace.
Palace.
Good person.
Buildings.
3 miles.
Yes.
Okay. And you need
Spear?
11 minutes to do this.
Indeed.
Okay, cool. Does this cost a spell slot or anything?
No.
No.
It's
Is that why it's 11 minutes?
Yeah, it would have been one if I could cost a spell slot, but I'm ritual.
Ritualing. Okay, cool. There are no buildings in the
So the palace
3 miles.
is 3 miles away
Um,
from us at the minute.
powerful fae within 3 miles. Nothing dings. for
Okay.
you. Prevalent peoples in the nearest vicinity. I'm not entirely sure how to answer that. A lot of things in the Faewilds don't like very neatly get divvied up into like simple piles of these are humans. This is a human town, or this is a dwarvish town, or something like that. I think the best I could tell you is there is a small colony of dandelion folk nearby.
Okay.
But again, there's also then the question of, would Polly know what the hell that means? Dandelion folk.
I
Well,
just
presumably they're people that have a passing resemblance to dandelions in
You'd
some
hope so.
way, shape, or form.
the
As
form
opposed
being
to lions
dandelion.
that are
Yeah.
dandy.
Dandelions.
Oh, just a bunch of chaos.
Top hats and
You never know. So yeah, I'm afraid that is all.
No,
the
is that all
information
good?
I can give you.
That's all good. Okay.
Do you
Right.
think dandelion folk are dandelion sized?
One would assume
look.
that they're, well, I hope so. Let's just say,
Or are they 2 stories tall?
Oh, that'd be
That's why I was saying
horrifying.
to Will, the big pillars with the orbs is a ring camera, and that's just someone's driveway. And it's just a giant.
Hmm.
That's good.
Should we set off up the mountain?
Yes, okay, so we're happy not to scry, we're happy not to divine. We'll just continue on our
I'm
way.
gonna start walking.
Yeah.
We seem to be tracking Varro just now. There's no
Yeah.
point to scry on him.
Okay.
Just
Is
yet.
the cup giving any sort of pull?
No,
Is the trident given any sort of pull?
you don't have to try.
Exactly.
Is Kai feeling a pull towards the trident?
No.
Ah.
Do
Okay.
I have Pass Without Trace, and would it be useful for us to cast it? I don't think I do. Oh, I do. But I don't have any second level spell slots left. I could cast it
Okay.
at 3rd level if we thought it was worth it.
So, in
No.
terms of walking,
Right now?
Okay.
you are taking lead because you're doing the tracking?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not like hurtling through the undergrowth. We are
Going
like,
on.
going at a sort of chill pace so that you
I'm-
can keep an eye on the tracks.
Yeah, like
Not like super slow.
If Kai is able to assist them with the tracks, then surely we could pick up the pace a little.
I think anything past like normal walking speed would be difficult to track
Okay.
because that's essentially jogging,
Okay.
and that would also be difficult to keep up for any length of time.
we're not going like half speed stealthy, but
No.
we're also not flat out. We're just
We're
No,
going
it's
on
not.
a decent height.
You're going 30 feet every 6 seconds.
Yes.
sure through the woods.
I don't actually know if that's normal.
I think that's a pretty good clip. That
Is
is.
that a good clip?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know what that is.
But
How
it's-
many feet are in?
Mm.
I'm gonna do some maths.
Yeah, sure. Tell me I know it's roughly 24 miles in a day that you can do in D&D. That's a hex.
Mm.
That's how I gauge things. So 24 miles in a day is normal.
Cool. But yeah, we just start going through the woods,
Okay. And you're following this trail through the woods of your
Yeah.
quarry.
following my quarry.
Na-na.
Is it weakness?
Na-na.
Well, I think with occasional breaks for like Kai to zip up a tree and
Zip up a tree.
zip up a tree and see how close we're getting towards these posts and the mountains.
Okay.
And also, if we can see one end of the trail posts going up the mountains, where's the other end? Or like, if you kind of turn around at the top of the tree, where does the trail of posts go?
Ooh. Yeah. Do you want to look that way? Do you want to send Kai back up the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Aye.
I'll help them as well. By going up the tree.
You wanna
And
go up the tree?
I'll also go up a tree.
Yeah. You want, what's your base athletics?
Like, +8, I have expertise.
Okay. Cool. I didn't know that.
Gorgeous.
Oh, I know. I just, this is, yeah.
Okay.
+10, actually.
I was doing maths.
My personal normal walking speed is 35 feet in 6 seconds. So
Oh,
that
an
is
Isla?
an Isla walking speed.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
cool.
30 feet every 6 seconds sounds
That's
pretty
fun.
normal then.
Yeah.
You're like a
Yeah.
Lightfoot halfling. Is that a
Yes.
thing?
Well,
All have
that's 25 feet.
It's 20.
that's 25.
Mm.
I'm thinking
Kevry
of Kevry
had
mobile feet.
mobile feet. Yeah.
To boost them. Make them speedy like
They're
that.
very quick with the legs.
Like a little sausage dog. I love it when they go at speed. They look so dinky. And you're
Alex just compared you to a sausage dog. How do you feel?
Character.
They are adorable.
Yeah. I
They
don't
are.
think I'm a sausage dog because proportionally my legs are not small.
No.
Mm.
So what's behind you?
So you go up a tree?
Yeah, I think just Alan's like keen to get eyes on these things himself, so kind of, goes up the tree after Kai, they get to the canopy, put their heads out, have a look around.
Yeah.
Seeing progress towards the mountains, but then just thinks, hang on a minute, what's in the other? Where does this line go? The other way?
Yeah. Can you make me a perception check? It is because you're using your eyes, so you may use your special eye
Advantage.
things.
Thank
Yay.
you.
You can use your eyes.
I'm no longer attuned to the eyes of the eagle.
Does
You
anybody-
get advantage anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Telekinetic bond.
Talkative bond.
Which I am just spamming whenever we take a breather. I'm just like, I'm just re-up this.
17.
A 17. Clifford, because you've put him in as well, he has skills in perception and stealth.
Sick.
So you can add that to your list of stuff that you can do. And I don't actually know what Belinda can do either.
Oh,
Belinda
Pegasus.
has perception.
Yay!
Nice.
So
We're really set on
So
perception.
even you get perception advantage, right?
So yeah, there are enough creatures to pass around the perception now. No, bugger off. Okay, what was that again?
Sorry, a 17
A
to
17.
scan the horizon.
Okay, so I think like shimmying up a tree and like going, ah yes, my eyes see. What do my eyes see in this direction? There'd be you can see that the light the light metal rods. Because they like stand out quite a lot against the greenery of the realm that you're in. You can see them quite clearly like disappearing off into the mountains, and they're in like one straight line coming down the mountains, and then they start to like branch out and go in like several different directions in the other direction.
Cool.
You can see like one just curves off into behind a hill that you can't quite see anymore, one branch as it were. Another one stops dead in the middle of a lake.
Ooh.
Cool.
There's another one that curves round and disappears into a forest.
Like a transportation thing.
Oh, I was thinking communications.
Oh.
Like weird clacks.
What?
Discord
No.
clacks.
No.
No.
Discworld.
Discord.
Not Discord.
Okay.
They're a thing in, they're a bit like Semaphore in Discworld.
Okay.
People play chess over them.
Yeah,
Interesting,
there's
that's
like
fun.
a light system to transport messages long distance.
Like train
easily,
signals.
quickly.
You
Yeah.
know, the flags and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but like more mechanical.
Interesting. So yeah, it could be communication, but they're also very big, so it could fit people.
Could fit people.
I don't know.
This is your safe spot to teleport to
Yeah.
without whacking a tree.
A landing zone. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing connecting these individual posts, is there?
There's no wires or anything.
No.
Cables, string, rope.
It's like a sort of like an orb. The orb goes like go up one and it goes
It's like
and you're
that,
in the other
that
one
thing
and then
in
just
Willy Wonka where the kid gets shrunk into the TV.
yes, exactly that. Exactly. See.
I remember that, but I don't remember that's got anything to do with.
No, there's a guy and he stands on a thing and then he goes. Zoop.
Mike TV.
Oh, he does, yeah. No, I remember the kid, and it's just for a long time since I watched that movie. I
Yeah.
never saw the recent ones either.
No, neither. Those I keep thinking they're strawberries.
That's kind of the yeah.
The vibe.
But then also every time you bite them, the red bits are solid and the white squishes, and it's like it's trying to escape,
Yeah.
like hardening lava.
Do you want to look for anything else
Come
while you're
to
up a
Scotland
tree?
for weird
Are you
snacks.
just vibing up a tree now?
The main thing I was looking for was these pillars. I guess knowing that there's a palace somewhere in the mountains, I'll look for the palace as well.
I think turning around to look at the palace, to look at the mountains. You don't see any buildings.
Cool.
Are they the only mountains?
They're the only significant mountains. Everything
Lovely.
ose looks like hills.
Mm-hmm.
They're only
Okie dokie.
they are the only place with snow upon them.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Is there anything else that's distinctive, either from like a natural feature or point of view, or?
I think you can see that there's like a clearing. And what did you get? A 17?
17.
You can see that there is a clearing up ahead. In terms of like, it's quite dense forest. It's not like packed tight or whatever, but it is like there's quite a big canopy. Think more jungle than like traditional oaken forest kind of thing. Of like the trees go sideways a lot, so the trunks aren't very close together, but there's like a fairly
Broad canopy, yeah.
yes.
It doesn't seem very wintry here in the winter Fae.
I was just thinking that. It seems very
It's
peculiar.
unseasonably warm.
I mean,
Maybe
does that
they're not
mean
in
that
the winter
factions are
court.
vying for like if somebody from the winter court can just take a piece of spring court as their garden, then presumably maybe that means that.
Oh, I thought that meant like the ground had stayed where it was. He just owned it now, like when you have an allotment.
Yeah, no,
It's got a timeshare of the spring court.
Yeah.
I know. I kind of did think similar, but it's just like if you can expand out your dominion, like, does that mean that the weather would change with you?
But if the winter court and got some spring court and it stayed spring,
I don't
know.
It seems weird.
It's almost like we don't
is
know
weird.
anything about where we are.
Yeah.
Does it look looking around like the woods that we're travelling through,
Yeah.
and everything kind of like down from the mountains, like the forest and the lakes, it all seems very temperate and like springtime, nice weather,
The
warmish.
immediate bit, certainly, yeah.
Yeah.
The mountains look a lot more wintry to you.
Yeah. So either we're not in the Winterfell yet, or this entire section of plains and foothills is the garden.
I don't have, like, speak with plants or anything. I can't ask.
Cannot just ask the tree.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's unfortunate.
Shame.
What did you use when you were in Pearlmire and you heard the tree in the
Communion
park
with nature.
screaming?
That
Yeah,
was
that was a really,
horrific.
really aggressive version of communion with nature.
That was the tree going, oh my god, where am I? Why is there no water?
Yeah,
I am
that poor tree, we
dying.
just left it.
Still down.
Yep. God, okay, well...
So, like, say this is where the portal was, and then we went this way a bit, and then this is where the mountains were.
Mhm.
Which way was the lake?
I'd say the lake's like...
Oh, so
Oh, sorry, the lake that was in the... So there's a clearing on the way to
Clearing's
the mountain,
here.
like here. The lake,
lake is
the
that way.
quite big
that
lake
way.
back that way. And there's like branches of these pillars that then converge into one single path up the mountain.
Wow. Shall we scoot towards this clearing that's kind of on the way and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
proceed
Needs
cautiously?
high-speed rail.
Just a train goes ahead.
A
Yeah.
monorail.
Are these like, are the orbs flashing?
Monorail.
One of those ones where the magnets push it
Yeah.
up so it doesn't
Yeah.
actually just like, it seems like it's floating the whole
Yeah,
time.
slow friction.
No.
The orbs aren't flashing, nothing is physically moving between them. What
So weird.
the hell do they do?
It almost feels
We're gonna
like
have to find a local and ask.
it's like a beacon to this, like
Yeah.
it's one central point. It's almost guiding people toward.
Is it porch lights? Is it you walk up the driveway and you turn on as you go?
It's like that mystical fae, like, just couldn't find any, like, what's the Scottish thing that's like witch lights kind of thing? The
Oh.
ball?
Will-o-wisps.
Will-o'-the-wisps kind of thing. So he's just built his own.
I love it.
Cool. Press on towards the
To the
clearing.
clearing.
Okay.
Let's do
I
it.
play a song.
Okay. So we're going to be doing a lot of walking.
Okay.
The clearing is more than a day's worth of walking.
More than a day.
Yes.
Through the clearing?
Yes. And when I say a day, you can do 8 hours of actual walking,
Yeah.
and then you need to stop.
Okay.
You have already done quite a lot of battling today.
Yeah.
Right.
And things like that. If you did more than, I'd say, 4 hours of walking, you will take points of exhaustion. Because you are very tired popsicles.
Okay, right.
Copy
If,
that.
if we were to rest and then start fresh the next day, would it be like 8 hours and then you make like con
Yes.
saves or something like that for?
You would take the point of exhaustion at the end of the next long rest, I believe is how it works. So you wake up the next day with a point of exhaustion, I believe is how it works.
I think I
Okay.
could have sworn that con saves were involved in this in some capacity, but I might be misremembering.
Is that for running, maybe?
March with or labour for hours without rest is one of the con check kind of suggestions. Yeah.
Okay.
Go with it.
I mean,
4
But-
hours and just build a camp?
build a camp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Belinda's got several levels of exhaustion.
We don't want to push her luck with her. Uh-huh.
Sorry, she's
We don't want to push her luck.
no. So like multiple. If it takes us like a few days traveling to get to the mountains, that gives her a good chance to recover.
Also, like, if Varro was rushing it, he could overcompensate and he could end up, like, being shattered
Yeah.
and we could catch
And then
up.
we can fuck him up.
Yeah, because
He's just sat there going, I have 4 points of exhaustion.
that could
Ugh.
slow him down a considerable amount, yeah.
We could also potentially travel faster if we needed to as well. We have
Yeah.
a Pegasus. We have a Druid. We have a teleporting dog.
I have haste. I could cast haste on... Oh, that's only a minute. I wouldn't
Yeah.
really... Maybe you could go real fast for a fucking minute, but that would split the
Then you
party
need a
incredibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. For 6 seconds.
A mini nap.
Hour and a half.
Well, there's... Okay.
Snores yourself awake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we go a decent distance this first day then, and then we
Okay.
just find a nice spot to make camp
Okay.
and pitch up.
I'll and I can prep some more specific spells for this.
Hmm.
Can I just start doing that? Is that appropriate for me to just start looking at my spell list? I don't want to change them over too prematurely.
Yeah, unless anything happens, I guess we just kind of march rest until we get to this clearing. Because it's one of the main features along the way. Is there like a pylon in this clearing? Or like past
You
us
will
close
not
to
be
it?
able to reach this clearing in
It
4
was.
hours.
Did you
No,
say
no.
it was more than a day?
It's about a day away, so you can get like halfway
Yeah.
there today if you wanted.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Are there any of these pylons within 4 hours
Yeah,
march?
there'd be one like maybe part way into your journey that you could stop at and like be like,
Investigate.
Yeah.
you want to do that?
If we can go to that and then a bit further. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. After I think maybe like an hour and a half of walking, you would come quite close to one of the bases of these pillars, and you could veer off the path a little bit to
Yeah.
go and have a look. Before you roll, what are you wanting to do?
Investigate.
What are you trying to investigate? I get the pillar, but what do you want to know?
Is it solid? Is there a door? Are you meant to get up it?
It's a giant dandelion.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe
Are you-
does it seem to have a purpose? Is it a sculpture?
It's modern art.
It's
Are you
modern
rolling
art.
investigation?
Yes.
I'm proficient. Have advantage.
Oh, thank you. 9. 10. 14.
14. Okay.
We're gonna be fine.
If I knock on it, is it solid?
It is solid. It's slightly cool to the touch. A 14, you say? A 14, I think, would tell you that this is some kind of metal that it's made
Yep.
of. It seems very similar to like a steel or something like that to you. You've been around enough, like crafted and wrought items to recognise a steel-like metal.
Yes.
I do not think you're enough of a blacksmith to know more than, yes, this is an alloy of this percentage and it's been crafted, kind of thing. But you would know that this is quite a tough wearing metal. It's designed to be outdoors. It's designed to weather, essentially. However, what you can see, like getting a bit closer, and like these pillars are about 5 foot in diameter, so they're quite big, sturdy structures, and are several stories high, peeking up above the
Canopy,
the canopy.
treetops.
Thank you, canopy. Canopy.
Canapes or snacks?
Canopy.
Canopy.
Canopy. Thank you. Let's view, not eat.
Yes.
The trees in the surrounding area don't grow close to the base of these pillars. You can see that the metal does descend down into the ground. It's obviously being dug down into the ground. Great structural engineering. But what I think would catch your eye as you're spending a bit of time like walking around the base of it and maybe like climbing a nearby tree and then looking at the actual pillar up close is that there's like small scorch marks down the outside of the pillar.
Ooh. I was going to say, could I roll to investigate as well?
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Why?
Because you've had one party investigation.
Okay.
I have a spell related question.
Okay.
I want to unprepare a locate object and or what was the other one? Maybe hold person.
Okay.
Hold person because we have a magic item that's got it in it. Locate object because I think Adolin, you have it.
Yeah.
Would you be okay with that, or would you rather me with my more spell slots to cast that, say for like honing in the trident or the sword?
I'm cool to hold on to locate object. I get a free cast of it as part of a
Okay.
Aasimar thing anyway.
So I'll maybe keep whole person. My DC is really good
Yeah.
for whole person. Anyways. So I am unprepared.
But you can only do that in a long rest, right? To swap out spells.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm planning. I'm going kind of
Okay.
planning ahead.
See the scorch marks?
Mhm.
Do they look like people trying to damage this tower?
Ooh, okay.
Can I investigate those?
That's a good question.
Yes. What is your natural instinct of what could this be?
I think as a knight, Adolin would be looking for battle damage.
Okay.
Scorch marks might mean flaming arrows, or he's probably seen the firebolt cantrip a few times. He's thinking, yeah, it's might be something like that.
Yeah, I'd go for an investigation then, please.
Cool.
Over the table, you said it looks like steel. Steel is an iron alloy.
Yes.
They don't like iron.
I don't think we know. That.
That's why I said over the table.
Do I get advantage for anybody on investigation?
I don't have
Not
proficiency.
me, I'm afraid.
Don't think Clifford's got it.
Clifford, neither Clifford or
I
Billy.
could give you the help action.
No.
Nat 2.
That too. Okay, what's that?
6.
6 total.
It's a great scratch mark.
I think it'd be quite clear to you that even with the 6, that there wouldn't be any like massive dents on the side of it, so it wouldn't particularly indicate to you that somebody has thrown a flaming thing at this.
Right. So it's more like just cosmetic damage, just surface, or any damage at all.
Dragon.
I don't know what you mean by cosmetic damage. Sorry.
Surface level.
Not structural.
Appearance only. It only
Like a
look.
scuff mark of
Yeah.
scorch.
I think it'd be quite difficult for you to tell how deep it went or anything like that, but it doesn't seem to have affected the pillar's ability to stand tall, so
Yeah.
I guess, you could guess that it would be sort of just surface level.
Cool. Does it look like it's come from a particular direction? Like is it just one side of it that's scorched, or is it like all the way around?
I think with a 6, I'm not sure you'd be able to make much of that.
Well, I'd walk around it and just look up and like, is there scorch marks on all sides roughly?
On all
equally?
sides, yes.
Okay. I don't know. If somebody was trying to damage this, they didn't do a very good job of it. I don't know what could have caused it. Cool. Once again, we look at something and we are none the wiser as to what it could mean or what these
We
things are
carry
for.
on.
Do we continue?
Well, go back to the trail and continue.
My questions are all related to spells that won't actually be changing until the rest.
Okay, let's put a pin in that until the long rest then, shall we? Is there anything else that you want to do while we are clip-clopping along? Like you have about 4 hours to talk to each other, or do small acts that don't require you to trip over your own feet. I believe Kai is proficient enough in instruments to not trip over their own feet as they are playing their instrument.
I can play and walk.
I cannot.
So can Kai.
I can't usually walk without tripping, so.
Adolin would.
So,
Hey guys.
I guess there's nothing to distract us at the moment from
do you want
asked.
to circle back to the earlier conversation topic?
Circling back? What does this term mean? It's.
Well, we left it and now we're coming back to it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, luckily things have been moving so quickly I haven't had to stop and think about it for a while, but yeah, pulling out the spectres of somebody's dead parents seems like a
Fucked up.
just mean in a way that's designed to mess with them. I guess to make them as emotionally vulnerable as possible, which is...
Is that something that he would do normally here?
The Knights of Ash.
No, because like they were specifically brought there by, oh my god, I'm blanking.
By
By
Joris.
Joris, so like
I suppose a celestial being would be aligned with an order like the Knights of Ash in terms of how they screen their candidates. I don't like it, but I can understand it. I guess we went and contact Joris tonight and see if I can still reach him even from here. Because I don't think he knows where we are.
yeah.
It might pay to let him know.
Very
We
peculiar.
left one plane and then we went to a different one and then a different one and now we're on a fourth one.
Yeah. I mean, he did show up in the main temple in Paramar after the city was transported. So he knows we made it to there, but...
Oh.
Hmm?
Oh.
Oh, this is Clifford going, oh.
Clifford will fetch you a stick.
Good boy, Clifford.
The stick is slightly blue,
Oh.
but he gently drops it at your feet and goes, please.
That's cute.
I'll keep him busy. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to talk to George for a little bit after that trial, but...
Do you? Yeah. It's not. I mean, was it them? Really? Do you think?
I don't know. I'd like to think it wasn't, because if that was really them...
Then that's cruel to them as well as to you.
Yeah. If it was really them, it's nice.
Here's your
that-
son that you unwittingly unwillingly abandoned.
That's
You're-
not quite how it worked. Or happened, I should say.
I'm not
You
saying
were
that.
abandoned?
No. Well,
Belinda? Horse ears.
Because of course.
Because of course.
So
Not
funny.
not abandoned.
No?
Village was attacked.
Yeah.
Monsters, creatures of some sort, they rampaged through the town.
Were they infernal? Like the ones that we saw?
Do you know what it was?
I didn't at the time. I joined the Knights of Ash to try and figure out what they were and how to stop them.
Did you?
I haven't made any headway yet.
Hmm.
I mean, I guess looking back with Adolin's monster hunting experience now, would...
Does he know?
Has any of the stuff that he's been fighting in hell resembled the stuff that massacred his village? And I leave this entirely up to you as the DM.
Right. Okay.
I never decided one way or the other what it might have been.
No, I did.
Oh, I see. Ooh.
Whoa.
Dramatic backstory time.
You lived in one of the villages in the Serpent Hills, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, a little farming town. What was it called? Crossmore.
That was... no, it was a village outside Crossmore, wasn't it? Because Crossmore's a town, I think.
Ooh, I don't remember that discrepancy. I don't know.
I don't remember if it's marked on the map.
It's probably not. I think I came up with the name Crossmore. I think that's
Is that your
the
town?
town. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought that was one of mine.
I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar.
Okay. In terms of... you would have come across a lot of monsters in your time in the Knights of Ash. Whilst they do specialise in the hunting and destruction of fiends in particular, because that is their primary goal. They do also just generally, and I have to say that bloody timed that way because I can't say it otherwise, protect people from all kinds of monsters.
Yeah.
Adolin was what when his parents passed? 16, 17?
16, 17.
So old enough to be able to look at something and remember it. Not like a 4-year-old that's like, this is a fuzzy wuzzy monster I have in my mind that's really dark and evil. No, you would have been able to physically remember it. Yeah, I think Adolin would have taken that image and perhaps even knowing the date and the fact that a Knight of Ash passed through would have been able to find reports from the Knight of Ash that passed through and been able to discover that it was a roving band of orcs that came down from, I think, the Blue Mountains.
Ooh, okay.
God, you're testing my knowledge here of stuff I haven't looked at in a little while. That came through to pillage, I believe. I think, if I remember correctly, your family farm was pig farm.
Yes.
And I believe the orcs slaughtered and took all your pigs.
That would make sense. Our pigs.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very sad.
Percy the pig.
I think
I think Belinda was sitting and listening to your story and little tears in her eyes.
Polly's crying too, but she's trying not to show it because I feel like that would make you even sadder.
Are you crying internally? So like the internal telepathic bonds are going.
That's worse. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, but by that point, like, a Knight of Ash had come through the town. I was aware of who they were, and it seemed like the right direction to go in after there was nothing left back home for me.
Have you seen the new season of Fallout?
We're about halfway through it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Episode 4 or so.
They copied this.
There's just some parallels there. We'd let the record be known that Adolin had this first.
I have a Google document that says that we wrote this years ago.
Yep.
Years plural?
Last year.
Adolin didn't have this backstory years ago.
Adolin barely had a backstory by the time the campaign started.
That eye roll.
Felt it. Yeah, Adolin would say that, you know, after that he knew he needed to make his way to Pylons to join the Knights of Ash, and just kind of along the way, you know, bumped into some people, roamed through some towns, tried to do some good along the way. Helped out helped out village people with village things. You didn't help the village people. Did the YMCA along the way to Pylons.
God, that would have been like really joyful in a way.
They've also got in the Navy. Alan's
In
on
the
it.
Navy.
Join the Navy.
In the Knights of Ash.
Yeah.
Um,
I think hearing the story, Belinda would give your ear like a little lick and nibble. I'm so sorry.
Pet Belinda. Oh, thank you. Oh,
You get horse kisses.
that's adorable. That's lovely.
And Clifford brings you the stick back.
Yeah, I give Clifford pets and pet scritches and throw the stick again.
I'm sorry you lost your parents, Adolin.
Oh.
And disappears into the undergrowth to go get the stick.
Wow, Clifford.
Grown up.
He certainly has been. Yeah, so, but you know, no family to have strife with at the moment, unlike yourself.
Okay.
That's one way to look
Or
at
just,
it.
or pleasant family. Like,
Let's just pivot this topic.
That seems targeted in a slightly deflective way. Maybe tap down on that.
Adolin has no charisma. This is a blatant attempt at steering the
deflection.
conversation away from him.
So let's talk about your family
All I'm
problems.
saying, just before we do talk about my cousin, although I think that I talk about him enough, is it probably is okay to be mad a little at Joris for that move. Because, that was a shitty stance to pull. It wasn't moral in any capacity, even if it was trying to test your morality. That was just, it was bullshit. And I think it's very valid for you to be like, hey, Joris, what the fuck?
Agreed.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Still not totally over him participating in that.
Yes, and I nor should you be.
If it was them, would it have been nice for them to see you, do you think?
For them, yeah, hopefully they got a measure of peace that I'm still alive and making something of myself. Yeah. But, you know, whether it was actually them or just an illusion, I'm never going to see them again, so what does it matter to me?
Not in this life, no.
There's a lot of this life left.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. So, no.
Okay.
Can you save Clifford whilst you're at it? Because you put him in peril and I don't like it.
In peril, mortal
Mire.
peril.
Thank you.
Peril-mire.
That was
Peril
nice.
Mire.
Thank you. You didn't
Oh,
have to
no.
explain that to me. I didn't get it.
Peril in danger.
Okay, so good news is I have figured out how we're going to travel and potentially catch up with or even overtake Pharaoh.
Tree walking?
No, although that was a close second.
Just really not talking about Polly's family. Let's discuss spells.
See, my types of deflection are slightly more effective. Slightly. My charisma.
I mean, I believe you just got found out.
I ignore that. Anyways. I mean, no, what is there to say about Varro other than
He sucked, he still sucks, he will continue to suck.
No!
You will murder him.
I won't. Shut up,
We
God,
will
this guy.
try
Belinda says that sounds like a
not
lovely idea.
to.
Listen,
Murder sounds
he was a
wonderful.
good kid.
Belinda.
He was a bit of an oddball, you know, like he wasn't like part of the family in the this conventional
Sounds
sense.
like a budding sociopath.
No, like I mean to say, like he joined when he was a little bit older, so everybody else was like this, and he was a little bit like not quite with it, but he was awkward. But we
You
were,
are making him sound mentally ill.
no, there's nothing wrong with being mentally ill. Hang on, first off, let me go on a big tangent about that.
No. Let's
Okay.
go back to your family problems.
Okay. Mental illness neither here nor there. It's like, think about changing schools halfway through a school year. And you don't know any of the other people, but they know each other, and it feels a little bit awkward. It was like that. But
you
then,
were close with him?
but I was close with him, and we were close with each other, and the rest of my cousins were also, we were all very close. And then, I've as has been mentioned before, magic happened. Thought it was him. He was so excited. Later on, I realized my mistake, but he was still so excited. And I think he really could have been a really good Knight of Ash, so I didn't do anything about it. I just wanted to help him along the way. Best of intentions. In hindsight, was very silly of me, but not his fault at all. And then I don't know what happened after that. Like I just assumed that him and the family were still kind of like this, and that I was like a bit of a question mark. And then something clearly happened that made him like turn into a bit of a more of a menace than what we left. But hey,
Did he leave? Did you leave?
I left. He stayed, I assumed.
He stayed in Pralmire?
Yeah, well, we didn't live in Pearlmire. We lived outside of Pearlmire, but he wanted to be a Knight of Ash, so I think when he was old enough, then he would have gone and... Well, like, he got accepted as a Knight of Ash. Like, he shouldn't have been. I explained to these guys already, but, like, he shouldn't have been accepted, but he passed the test. So I think that he would have gone to Pearlmire after that, probably.
Did he ever go back home?
I assumed so, but I, like, when I spoke to my family and things like that, it wasn't really a topic I wanted to press, so I don't know for certain. But they talked about him. They said that he was, he was still doing his thing, so presumably they knew something. I don't know. Anyways, my point being, hopefully he doesn't need to be murdered by Kai.
Then he shouldn't have taken my fork.
Do you think he's redeemable?
I would like to think so, because otherwise it'd be a really, really awkward family reunion.
Every member of this cult we've met so far has been unrepentant to the point of would rather die than...
No, but Varro hasn't. Varro would rather live, and that's why he keeps on running away.
It's a very good point.
I think that he chooses himself above all else, and I think that could eventually become something that works to our benefit. Anyways, tomorrow I think I'm going to cast Windwalk on all of us. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Fantastic.
When you said you were well intentioned in what you were doing with Barrow,
Yes.
your road to hell was quite literally paved with good intentions.
Oh my god, that's so good. That's so good. Give them inspiration. That was
Inspiration.
really good.
Yeah, okay. Now a point of inspiration. So you got him into being a Knight of Ash?
She cheated him in.
No, my family's really into the Knights of Ash. Like, it was already a thing, but like, he thought he was blessed by God. And he worked really hard for it, but he just didn't have the magic component that he thought he did. That was accident.
But you were?
Yeah, I did. Apparently so. My magic manifested kind of early. I could cast, like, I could make bright lights and things like that. And yeah, it's fun.
She's real good with bees.
It's true. The bees really like me. It's true. Maybe I could teach you bee dance. I feel like that'd be really funny. So
You have almost enough legs.
a horse doing bee dance, wiggling its butt around.
What's Windwalker?
Windwalk. You and up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range, 30 feet, assume a gaseous form for the duration. Duration is 8 hours. While in this cloud form, a creature has a flying speed of 300 feet and has resistance to damage from non-magic weapons. The only actions a creature can take in this form are the dash action or to revert to normal form. So if you have a flying speed of 300 feet, but you have to, the only action you can take is dashing, like
600 feet.
600 is, you're capable of it. Reverting takes 1 minute, during which time a creature is incapacitated and can't move. Until the spell ends, a creature can revert to cloud form, so like we could come out of it and then go back into it if needs be. Also takes a minute to do that. And then it has some details on how to land properly, but I think we'll be fine. Just don't revert too high up, obviously. It is non-concentration. It is, like I say, 8 hours. It takes a minute to cast, and I can do it on up to 10 creatures, so that would be all of us. Anyways, it's a 6th level spell, so it would be, I would have no 6th level spell for the day, but that's fine.
How long did you say it lasts for?
8 hours.
Oh, ages.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we could catch up. We could overtake Varro if we spotted Varro on the way. If I did this telekinetic bond as well, we could telepathic bond. We could still communicate as well, which is a really good thing. So if we spotted Varro along the way, my thought would be that we could overtake him, come back out of it, and then circle. We could
Make a trap.
we could catch him up. Yeah, he would run into us.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I like how you're like, corral, look, corral, and Kai's
Trap.
like, trap.
Honestly, trap is better than kill. Kai is improving.
Okay, we've gone down a step in violence, sure.
Your dice don't match.
Sorry?
Your dice don't match.
They're different sets.
Oh, that's a D8.
No, I mean like the 20's on the top on all of them, and then
Yeah.
that's a 10 and a 12 on this one, and this one. But these ones have an 18 and a 4, so they're balanced differently.
Slightly.
Yeah.
I have the 20s all facing me.
Yes.
I guess it depends on how the numbers are printed.
Yeah,
So are we going to do Windwalk first thing tomorrow?
Yeah, that's. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea?
Great
Yes.
idea.
Good idea.
Does that mean we cover we're going 10 times the speed? Or 20 times the speed?
Yeah, we could get there real quick. We could overtake it, not to brag, but Varro definitely can't do this. And Varro is, again, we don't know about if there's any time fuckery, but Varro is not that far ahead of us.
He had
As
2
far as
hours
we're
on
aware.
us when we came through?
Yeah.
Alright.
We took, that's about
We
the
could
time.
overtake him tomorrow then. Yeah.
We could definitely do that, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
Even if there is time fuckery, we can still probably do it.
Yeah. If we're going 600 feet per round, we can go about a mile in 9 rounds, roughly.
Fucking hell. That's so far. Okay, well, this is perfect then. Ideal. So, what I might suggest that we do, though, is every hour we just touch down so that I can recast telepathic bond, and then we go back into it again. So that would mean that we'd only be able to fly for maybe about 7 hours.
It's
rather
fine.
than think of me, but I think
That's still a very good day's travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can even take the scenic route then.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely
not.
Okay.
We are on a mission
Have
here.
we walked for our 4 hours there?
Would you like to settle down,
Make
find a
a
nice
camp.
clearing?
And you can pray to Joris, and I can pray to Talos, and you can
I might pray as well.
pray
Yeah.
in general.
Just sit in a little prayer circle.
I guess. We just go off in our respectives as fast. You go find some water.
Belinda and Clifford are just looking at the tent, being like, "Do you know? No, I do you have hands? Shit."
How does a horse pray?
We can kneel.
I think she thinks really hard, and then you all hear it really hard. Of, "Hi, Tom."
Oh, it's so cute.
praying to?
I'll try a couple.
I'll
Just
see who
cast
answers.
a
Little
large
wheel.
net.
Yeah, pretty much.
Adlin's still very. I don't think he's vocalised it yet, but is suspicious that Polly's like him.
Oh, you definitely vocalised that.
Oh, okay. So if he sees Polly starting to pray, he's paying a bit of attention. Just like, I wonder if it's Torm as well.
Do you have a tent between you all?
A tent?
A tent. Like, how are you making camp?
I do believe I have a tent. Let me check.
That's good. They are basic, like D&D survival
I have a
bits.
bedroll.
That's good. That's warm.
I
Yeah.
have a bedroll.
Yeah, backpack, bedroll, mess kit, rope, tinderbox, torch, warskin, and it's also where I'm keeping my potion
Yeah.
of stone giant strength.
Cool. Handy.
On the off chance I need to be really strong.
Drunk.
Yeah, I've got all that stuff. Navigator's tools.
Ooh,
A
that's good.
chest. That's why I was making a map earlier. I have this stuff to make a map.
Yeah, you have
Um,
cartographer's tools or
as-
something, don't you?
Navigator's tools.
Yeah,
A single belaying pin.
One?
just the one.
Just
That's
one.
fine. That's all you need.
So you can belay a little way up or something?
I guess. I don't know.
On
It's
belay.
part of sailor / pirate.
Yeah.
You get one belaying pin.
The answer is no, I don't have a tent.
I don't
Because
think
it's
it's
not
quite
the
the
belay
same.
thing.
I don't think it's. I think it's different from climbing
I
belaying.
mean, if we
Oh,
don't
no.
have nighttime, it doesn't get cold. So do we need a tent?
I mean, it would just be for cover.
Yeah,
more
in the
than
last
anything
4
else.
hours, has the light or the temperature or the weather changed?
No.
Okay,
I think
Cool.
we're good.
So it's going to say, like, daytime.
that's fine.
I will, like, gently point out that temperature and time of day are not interlinked.
Okay.
Nighttime is definitely colder than daytime.
Not necessarily in the Faewilds.
I don't understand the implication here. Why?
If the sun doesn't move, how is there nighttime?
There's no sun.
Where's the?
Exactly.
What would the tent benefit us in a? For what?
Why do we
So
want
there's
it?
still weather,
Uh-huh.
there's still rain.
Yes.
But we're under lots of trees.
Yes, that doesn't protect you in completely from
Is
rain.
it rainy?
Looking up at the sky, there are a few clouds gathering.
I don't think it's raining.
Okay. Well,
Seems alright.
like worst case scenario, we get wet. Best case scenario.
We'll picture under a very dense tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do as they did in that one like in Fantasia where the horse uses the wing as a little.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Belinda's just like,
Yeah.
Sleep under Melinda's wings.
So cute.
and then she gets even more points of exhaustion.
No.
No, she will be long.
Oh, I'm also preparing Goodberry next thing. Actually, maybe how long? Okay, how far away is this big ass mountain? Like,
Days.
yes, but days
How many
walking.
miles? More than 3, we've established.
Yeah,
So which mountain? So there's like the nearest mountain.
the snowy one that everything
There are
seems to be
multiple
like
different mountains.
converging.
Which one is Avaro's trail pointed at, roughly?
Like all of them, they're kind of clumped together.
It's a mountain range. They're
Well, then
there.
that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Ah.
How long will it take to get to the mountain range?
I mean, the nearest one I would have said was about 3 days walk,
Okay, so we can get there tomorrow.
if you wanted. Yes.
We're going there 10 times, maybe even 20 times as quickly as we normally would be,
Mhm.
which is wild.
But no, it's great.
So we could probably get to where we need to go tomorrow.
Possibly.
Okay.
We might have a brief ambush of Varo along the way, but yeah.
I might. Yeah, I'll still prepare Goodberry. I was going to
Cool.
do it because that meant that if we were doing a bunch of days walks, then I could have just a stack of like 100 odd hit points per day. That might not pay dividends. Actually, as quick as I would like, but alas. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we set up camp. We just make do. We've all got bedrolls. We can probably string some sort of shelter together, and then sleep in shifts, taking watch,
Praying shifts.
pray in
Pray in
shifts, pray in shifts.
Who wants to pray first?
Roll initiative.
Did your situation's a lot more urgent that you find out whether or not Talos is going to smite you down. So
Yeah.
if you want to go first, I'm cool with that.
I might prepare for your restoration just in case. Just in case something really bad is going to happen to you. I'm so nervous.
I don't think Kai's ever prayed directly to a god. It's always been very, like, general. Like when you're at the church on Sunday.
It's your boy.
Unless you absolutely don't want to go first.
I don't know.
Do you want a bit of time to think about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because right now it's just, dear Talos, I lost the trident.
What do?
Don't slide me, please.
You can try that if you
I'm getting it
like.
back, I
Or
promise.
somebody else can try their prayer and you can try and formulate a
There's no point in me
More
preparing
professional
2 6-level
thought?
spells. Why am I doing that? I only have 1 slot.
Polly and Adolin, who wants to pray first?
You do it. I don't know how. You have to teach me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take first watch and first
First pray.
pray.
First prayer.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you want to try and contact Joris?
Where have I done it before? I found like a nice pond in the woods before.
You want to wander off and find the pond?
I think, yeah, not out of earshot of the campsite, but so I think just kind of a short radius. He just sort of like
Okay.
wanders around the woods.
I think you'd struggle to find a pond in
Okay.
the immediate radius of the campsite.
I think then he just kind of looks for like a tree that he vibes with. That
Yeah.
feels a good kind of connection.
What would be a good connection?
I'm gonna say like the
Like
kind of
leafy?
very leafy, possibly a bit older, a bit more gnarled.
Okay.
One of the larger trees.
Okay.
Picks one out, and then I think kind of just sits down in like a meditative position. Dagger of warning, just gonna make sure it's like strapped to his side. Just right, that there will warn me if anything goes wrong. Camp's just there. I can see it. It's within the range. So
It's within 30 feet.
it's within 30 feet. So if anybody gets attacked, this will wake them up, and
Okay.
we're all okay.
Okay.
And I think he just kind of settles down to meditate and try and like tap into that divine spark.
It's probably like peering around a tree being like, oh. is
I
that-
actually think that Polly has just dozed off.
It's the intention is we're sleeping in shifts.
Yeah.
Would you roll me a D100 then, please?
Yes. Let's use. the
We rolled
Fathomless.
really good on our D100s. We're looking for high, right? Or low?
Low.
Low. Okay. We rolled really
I
bad
had
on
so
our
many zeros earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost want to
I
ask him
hope
to
I
borrow
didn't
your
use
dice.
them all up.
I rolled a 95 and a
Into the
98.
box,
I wasn't.
Into the box, not out in the open.
No, into the box, please.
I love that really melted chocolate you got going there. Ooh.
That is a
Aw.
92.
I thought it was a 0.
So we're at the other end of the scale here. Yeah.
You're just too far
It's
away.
really crackly. There's like so bad signal.
So I think Adolin would settle down and start trying to focus down into that divine spark that he feels in his chest. And whilst you can still feel that like warmth, that power that comes from what is your little shard of divinity, I think you'd struggle to reach past that. And I think that would cause a bit of panic initially because you've never really struggled to reach past it. You've reached sometimes and Joris has just not answered and just either ignored you or deemed that your request was dumb enough that he wasn't going to grace you with his presence. This is slightly different. This is you cannot reach past your divine spark to him.
Starts to worry. He's like, got a bit of a block. It's like, oh no, we've dragged up all the drama of my past,
Oh no, you're mad at him.
and
so
I'm
you
a bit
won't.
mad at Joris, and it's just
And now you must pay for more therapy sessions so that you can access your divine powers again.
God damn it!
There's a paywall.
No. Assholes.
I think
It's better help.
he just keeps kind of like
Joris is stealing
Try-
his information.
trying to force it. Fishes out
Stealing
that
the highest bidder.
amulet of the devout. Takes on this kind of breath, calms down, clutches at that, and just let's try again. Just try to focus on that. That amulet of Torm that Joris gave him, just to see if he kind of gets anywhere with that. Like, God, this is the good stuff. I didn't have this before. This brings me closer to Torm.
I think after maybe an hour of doing that, you wouldn't get anything.
Damn.
Damn. Well, not sure I've forgiven him, but I do kind of miss his presence.
Aww.
Fine. Adolin just kind of goes back to takes the rest of the watch, sulking a little bit.
You're so stroppy.
We have a little lantern of revealing. Do we want to use that for keeping watch?
Oh
That's a
yeah,
good
great
idea.
idea.
Yeah.
Cool, we do that.
Remind me what that does again.
Reveal
If
stuff.
stuff's invisible,
What?
it's not invisible.
Ah, invisible things.
For 60-foot radius. Bright light for 30, dim light for another 30. So
Okay.
for a 60-foot radius, invisible stuff will not be invisible.
Just invisible.
Any illusory
Invisible
stuff?
creatures and objects are visible if they're in the bright light.
Okay. So 30 feet.
Yes,
Okay. It doesn't do ethereal plane or anything.
that's all it does.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Hang it up on like a tree branch, like up, a good kind of 7 feet off the ground or so. So we can.
Insects buzz towards it.
They were invisible
No,
before.
exactly. No, we're not killing the insects.
It's the insect's fault.
It's fire. They wouldn't go zap anyway. They'd go pop.
Why?
Then who do you nudge awake?
Who would we have agreed is going second?
You can nudge me, that's fine.
Shake Polly awake.
Learn to pray.
And yeah, go.
You try. I failed.
Yeah. I have two things. Well, the prayer is one of them. I forgot that I was going to try and scribe before bedtime. And I now am technically 1/3 into my rest, so maybe it's too late for me to try. But I wanted to check.
You can do scry as a ritual cast, can't you? So
No.
no,
It's not a ritual.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a 10-minute spell.
Do you have a 5th level spell slot?
I
from
do.
Thursday?
I had saved.
I'm happy for you to use that just now, and
Okay.
you'll regain your 5th level slot.
Okay. Right. I think that she'll start with the attempting to pray. And I think that she gravitates toward the exact same old gnarled tree as Adolin does without even realizing. But like maybe rather than positioning herself like Adolin did, like in sight of the party, she moves to the other side so that the trunk entirely blocks her from view. She's like, I cannot be perceived trying this. It's been a minute. I'm rusty. And she just kind of goes back to those kind of little intricate rituals that she would have with her grandmother, and like just puts like random like looks like absolute random like knickknacks and like crap out of her fucking like cloak and just like just smears some honey and just like this and it's like, okay, right, this doesn't feel right at all, but I think this is correct. And then she's like, hello.
Like out loud?
Yes.
Okay.
Just hello.
Hello.
I think they'd be quiet for a long minute. And then you'd see like some insects start to descend to the honey and start like picking at the honey and stuff like that.
Excellent.
And you've got your bag of bees on you, right?
Of course.
Of course. And like some of them might come out, and I presume that's what gave you the honey, actually. Yeah.
Yes.
They would be like tending to the honey, but also like being like, sneak a bite.
Yes, of course you've got
These
the
eat honey, right?
Yeah.
They eat honey, right?
I
They
think
eat their
so.
own honey.
Nice.
I'm working hard, I swear, Polly. But there'd be like other insects from the Faewild that would come and join them, like eating the honey, and you'd see like them start to interact.
Aww.
And I think Polly would get quite mesmerised by that, as you'd see different, almost like different kinds of bees would start landing on the honey. They look very similar in like build to your bees, as they've got the same like rough, fuzzy, buzzy biz kind of thing. Like, so they don't look like long and elongated like wasps, but they're fuzzy, buzzy bee. But like some of them like shift colour and stuff like that as they
Ooh.
land, and like some of them like there's a really big fat sluggish one that dumps itself down.
On it, and I just put it down, and I actively give some honey to it so it doesn't need to go far.
The big
It is
lazy.
happy. There's some really little ones all over the place and like dive down into the honey and stuff like that. And you can see your bees starting to like interact with these bees with like
goodness.
starting to waggle their little dance.
And I can understand
and
all
you
of
can
it.
understand it as they start to greet each other.
Oh, this
And
is
say
so
hello,
cute.
and you can see your bees like starting to introduce themselves and like say that they're from the mortal realm, from the material plane, and say hello to the Faebies, and you see the Faebies would introduce themselves back and say, oh, and you would all hear this, or like interpret this, as it were, with the bee dancing. You'd see, oh, you came through a portal, and your bees would like, yes!
The Faebies dance with a different inflection.
Slightly, yeah. There's a couple
have
of
an
like
accent.
nuances that are like slightly missed, but they get there in the end.
A B2B meeting.
Oh.
Oh, and then you'd see like they after like gathering that you're not from this realm, and that you, Polly, are like with these bees, and that you are, and the bees would explain, your bees would explain to the Faebies.
She's cool.
You're with the band.
That you're with them, but also that you can understand them.
And I just like awkwardly stand up. Hi guys. It's nice to meet you.
There would be a lot of excitement from the Faebies at this point, and you'd see a lot more would start like coming out of the bushes and stuff like that, and they'd like sort of swarm up and like focus a lot more on you, and there'd be like a little cloud of them in front of you, and you'd see they all start dancing to like talk to you.
This is very cute actually.
And be like, "You from the mortal realm?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this the entire time because you are made me. You put this in this.
Listen, I wanted to learn bee dance so bad. I'm so glad that we have it now.
Are you a good fighter?
I'm okay. I'm good at casting spells too.
You
And
can
then
cast spells?
I take my one of my 3 staffs.
Like aerobics.
I can't dance, okay?
I take one of my 3 staffs and it's the staff of flowers, and I conjure up some flowers for them to enjoy.
You see there'd be a lot more excitement. Even like the big sluggish bee would, and there'd be a lot of excitement. Oh, she's really good. Did you see the flowers? There'd be like loads of like little chatters that would break out across this like swarm in front of you, and then they'd like focus back up and say, could you help us?
It's just interpretive dance.
Sure.
Something is attacking you. I can't do Oh god. Sorry.
I could always help them, absolutely.
Something is attacking our home.
Oh my god! If it's a dragon, if it's a dragonborn, I swear to God, I'm gonna kick his ass.
What's a dragonborn?
Oh my goodness. I don't know how to describe a dragonborn in bee dance.
Bipedal dragon.
He's a bipedal dragon.
Can they breathe fire?
Sometimes.
This one can.
What about ice?
Oh, I'm running out of different niche. I'm gonna just go back to the. No.
Something is attacking our home that cause ice.
Okay.
Can you help?
Oh god, this is such a detour.
Is it? They might be right here.
Okay. Could you help us if I help you?
What do you need help with?
Oh.
The commitment to the bit
We've
is
got past-
just
We're slowly eking into the realms of regret.
exemplary. Please don't stop.
Thank you, Cole. I appreciate it.
You know what my favourite part of all of this is? It's being recorded.
I fully expect this to be up on like little clips or something.
Oh my goodness, what was I? Okay, we're looking for a sword that's being held by the collector. Could you maybe tell us about the area and then
What are the giant metal poles?
help us navigate and not die?
Ooh, that might be hard for us, but we have a friend that could help you.
Ooh, I
He's
love
big.
friends.
How big is big?
I love big friends. Fantastic. Fantastic.
He's at our home.
You're home.
He is your home?
He's at our home.
Okay.
Okay. Could you show us tomorrow? I need to sleep right now.
They need to meet Bigby.
Oh, I can. Wait, no, I have already said. Well, I mean, if Alex is allowing me to scry, would I be allowed
Big
to
beef flavour.
cast summon insects?
Do you have the resource that you need to do Big
Yeah,
B?
I don't have. Well, I have. He's a giant insect, so I don't have the feet resource, but I can cast giant insect and I can get a giant wasp that way. Would it just be the same one, or would it be?
Would you
different?
want it to be the same one?
Of course.
Then yes.
Okay.
Sorry, did you ask the bees a question as well?
I asked if we could go and see them after sleeping.
Okay. Well, shall we wait with you?
You're more than welcome to.
Do you have more honey?
I literally just like
descending into sign language.
I
don't know sign language.
I open up the bag and I'm just like, scoot out, guys, for a second. You've got some guests. Make the place look nice.
As your swarm comes out, and you see like the Faewild swarm as well would like swell a little bit more as some more would like pull out of the nearby hedges, and then they'd all start like interacting. You see just a chorus of dancing going hi 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 hi
Oh
hi.
God.
I think that whilst they're distracted by that, I say it out loud again to this like celestial that I thought maybe I could commune with, being like, this isn't what I had in mind. Is this my deity?
Is this praying?
I was like, is this praying? Is this what Adolin does all the time? Just Joris and a bunch of other angels going, hi, 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 hi.
Dancing to talk to each other. Imagine Joris just like being, hi Adolin.
I feel like Jarvis is great at disco.
Because he's from a previous era. And he's no longer cool.
Okay. Can you roll me a D100?
Oh, shit, I forgot about that.
Here it comes.
We're doing guards.
Okay.
There's a D100 involved.
Oh, two.
87.
An 87. Okay.
Still not very low.
Not very low.
I think Polly would be like. I imagine you're getting kind of distracted by all these bees as they're starting to dance around you, and you're getting excited about the idea of introducing them to Big B, and they're all just going hi hi, and there's like loads of questions from them, and they keep complimenting the other bees and you on the honey and stuff like that.
So
This
nice.
is really tasty. You should try some of ours.
Yeah, that's true. Different flowers. Interesting.
Yeah, I think Polly would get a bit distracted by all that.
That's fair. Yeah, I start asking about the local fauna, like flora and fauna, and being like the like trying to like identify plants and be like, so this looks like it could be a strain of
Belladonna.
no, like
That's
like
poisonous, isn't it?
I mean, but like this idea of being like, maybe this is like some type of rose, but it doesn't look like a rose that I'm familiar with, but so maybe it will taste the same, and I start sniffing them all and like take some of the petals, and I'm just like, maybe I could make a tea with this, maybe it would kill
That's
me.
what I was thinking.
And then dancing to the thingamis and being like, will this kill me?
Yeah, I think some of the Fae bees would like split off and like come and buzz around you as you're sort of like just going through a bit of the undergrowth and stuff like that, and then be like, oh yeah, that one's really nice.
Polly has fully forgotten to sleep and that this is supposed to be a watch.
Because all these bees are just like, yeah!
Eventually, Kai will just wake up on their own.
I
Through
presume.
their shifting.
I imagine as a sailor, Kai was immensely good at time clocking.
Oh gosh.
What was that?
It was just my charger fault.
That's okay. It wasn't part of the setup, was
No, I
it?
don't believe so.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine Kai is perfectly capable of doing. Yes, in 4 hours I will wake up.
Perfect.
So, would Polly get completely distracted for 2 hours with all these bees?
Possibly. I think
Possibly.
possibly. No, she needs to scry as well. She's already asked them about the dragon, and they've said fire and ice, and it doesn't match. So I'll maybe, when my bees and them are being so hospitable to each other, I'll when they're distracted, I'll just kind of just dip again around the other side of the tree. Just be like, okay, real quick, and then I'll cast scry on my cousin, on my cuz.
With like this, I presume you've been
Pail
walking
of-
with this bucket of liquid metal or something?
I mean, it was just saying, yeah, I would have brought it with me, and then I would have. I'm not that aggressive. I am aware that this is a finite resource. I'm trying to be careful.
Okay.
But yes. I will cast scry on my cousin, and he needs to make a wisdom save, and he has some okay, right. So would you consider that? Would you say that I am familiar with the target? Brackets. I know the target well.
Yes.
It's been. Is it maybe 10 years since you've seen him properly?
It's been
She saw
3
him
hours.
yesterday. Yeah.
So a chance encounter doesn't count. I'm talking about when you were friends as children. When did the hives burn?
I can't remember.
I've
It
seen
was
him, twice in as many days.
Is it maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a few years. I certainly knew him well.
Definitely knew him well.
So yeah.
I'll give you half that. So a -2,
Okay.
but not the full -5.
No worries. And my connection, I know his likeness. I don't have a possession of his or a garment, I don't believe, unless the cup counts.
I don't think it's his cup.
Do you have a likeness of him? It's not that you know his likeness, it's do
Oh,
you have
shit.
a likeness of him?
Do you have a
picture?
photo?
Or do you have the capability of making a likeness from your memory?
Could I really quickly
Prestidigitation?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I've got minor illusion or anything. I don't think that's the thing that I'm
Which one is it that allows you to make a small trinket?
Prestidigitation does.
Mm-hmm.
You can,
Yeah.
you can make an illusory image that can fit in your hands and last until.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yes, technically I do have the
You have a
capacity to do it.
likeness. Okay, cool.
Yay!
So that's a -4.
-4, okay. So that means that technically it's a DC 22.
Okay.
What?
It's because your DC is 18
Yes.
and I'm adding 4 to that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
So I've got to meet or beat 22.
With what?
Wisdom.
Mm.
Okay. And this is a saving throw, yeah?
Yes.
How wise is your cousin?
Don't know.
Ooh. Shit. Okay, cool.
From the amount of common sense he's shown, I feel like he's kind of wise.
That was not what I needed.
Why is she typing things?
Because I logged or something on his character thing, but didn't explain it on the character thing. So now I need to go and find the thing so I can remember how it interacts with this.
Is this an item, perhaps?
Okay, cool. Okay. Get to that section. Okay, so the scry has failed.
He is
Whoa.
wise.
Or he has a magic item that is somehow buffing him. Because there's the amulet of non-detection, or whatever the heck it's called. That would help.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. But the casting of it was successful.
As in the spell completed.
Yes.
It didn't get counterspelled or something.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's
That
still on
means-
this plane.
That the pail of water or liquid is worth more than 1,000 gold.
Yeah, it wouldn't tell you if he wasn't on this plane. It would just still fail, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, the spell did complete, so you can continue to use that water stuff, the
Okay,
metal water
cool.
stuff.
Oh, I had a prop for that and I forgot. This will be a bit that only like 3 people will appreciate, but thankfully they're in this room.
Oh.
See?
This was
It's a small silver mirror.
I don't see Barrow.
Oh no, only yourself.
End of bit.
Okay, anything else you want to do in your 2 hours? Other than watch all of the bees dance with each other.
I think I do get completely sidetracked by them again. Yes.
Okay, cool.
I
Kai,
wake up.
you wake up. Polly is nowhere to be seen.
I go find Polly.
I imagine there's like a fair bit of
Why she's
giggling.
dancing.
I am still dancing. They're teaching me a new routine. I'm learning the intricacies of their dialects.
It's actually just a cheer squad.
Bee cheer squad.
Oh my god! And like, yeah, absolutely. I have like 2 handfuls of bees that have amassed as pom poms, and I'm like,
Oh my god. You come around the trees just to see that. With like honey smeared on the ground.
check I'm actually awake. Polly,
hi!
you're meant to be on watch.
I found some bees.
I can see that. It's your turn to sleep.
Thank you so much. Shoot, you're right. I turned back to the bees and wordlessly danced at them. And then I think I walked back to the thing at me. Like, I was like, okay, good night. I'm really sorry that was a really poor watch. But then this, like, trail of bees just follows me.
All of them start
Yeah.
following you.
Uh-huh.
This cloud.
Interesting.
Like, you're used to Polly having a vague, like, small little buzz around her. There's now this quite enormous, like, just like trailing behind her of like insects of colours you have never seen before.
I lie down, get in my bedroll, and then they cover me like a duvet.
So nasty.
I haven't seen the colours before, or I haven't seen insects that colour.
You haven't seen insects that colour.
Lovely.
I presume your eye cones have not changed since moving
I
into the
should hope
Faewilds.
not.
I hope not to. I'm not trying to. Oh no. Cool.
Cool.
So Kai.
Yes. Can I find a stick just on the ground?
Yes, there are many
Cool.
sticks on the ground.
Snap stick, draw it in ground.
Okay.
Make the little. What's Talos' symbol? It's like 3 lightning bolts. Or
Yes.
cool. Do that, and then I'll put the broken sticks on it. He likes
Ooh.
destruction. It's broken.
That's fun.
I did something.
Ooh.
That's
Listen.
something.
I think that
Good
you
at
might be
this.
the most religious out of all of us.
Got this figured out.
Yeah.
I think you should multi-class to cleric.
No, that's wisdom. If anything, it should be paladin.
I think you should do that.
No. Pray.
I think Kai just puts her hands together and says, "Pray."
Right.
It's like that episode of 30 Rock where what's his face is like, meditate perfectly. He just does it.
Okay.
Okay. Would you like to roll me a D100?
Oh, do I not actually pray? Okay.
Do you not want to pray?
We
No.
forgot that we had inspiration that could be used on D100s. That could be quite useful, actually.
80.
Oh,
I saw the zeros and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah!
Oh,
Can I try and roll lower with the inspiration
Yeah.
I just got?
Yeah, if you like.
Be worse. 88.
It's technically worse.
You only re-rolled 1 die. Roll the other one.
There are no gods here.
Rookie mistake.
We're not having a very good evening connecting to the gods.
That's an 8 again.
68. 47. We're getting there.
Well, wait, watch me roll
86.
double zeros or triple zeros. 59, that's not bad. 43.
57.
Oh, 12!
God.
That was a 12!
Oh, that was a
It would've
60.
worked.
That was a 1.
What?
Ooh, oh, one.
Whoa!
Anyway.
Alex, do any of these count?
None of yours counts.
Aww.
Okay, so I think Kai, you spend a bit of time to like settle down. Like this isn't like natural to you to like sit and like really just try and empty your thoughts and try and reach like even when the aboleth, I feel like the aboleth
It's just
contacted
kinda-
you a lot
yeah.
more, and it was a lot more like hey, as opposed to no, I pray kind of thing. I don't feel like that stillness comes quite naturally to Kai.
No. Not a still person.
Can you make me a perception check, please?
Sure. This one.
Nice.
And we have advantage. The thing's still on, doesn't it? I mean, that was lower anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Telepathic bond is not still on.
Okay, well, the second one was lower anyway. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Okay. I think I would like maybe sit cross-legged or kneeling in front of your lovely little makeshift shrine with your broken stick and things.
Just be like, someone stole the trident. We're trying to get it back. Is anything bad going to happen immediately as a result? To me specifically.
And I think you'd start like just trying to be at peace, wait, focus, that kind of thing, and then be constantly just like, oh, that's a bit itchy, and like shifting
done
and
it
stuff like that.
That would make more sense.
Pardon?
I was like that, but like you should do it like that and just hold the bit of water. And I'm like, there you go. That's a better way to pray.
Oh, yeah, let's try that, and there's a bit of that at the beginning. And I think you'd notice at that point, like, a peal of thunder would crash across the sky above
no.
you.
Is that you? Did I do it?
And, like, the leaves above you would...
Rat roll.
and almost, like, shrink back slightly in reaction to that. And I think, like, watching that for a second, your eyes up, watching the sky, watching, like, the trees, like, react to the thunder and things like that. And then looking back down, of the small, like, little clearing you found, you'd see a figure stood in front of you. In front of one of the bushes in front of you. Very small in stature, a dark shape that's just outlined by the light of the lantern from the camp, just on the edge of that. And then there'd be a flash of lightning, another peal of thunder ahead.
Gosh.
And you'd see this figure more clearly. Be a young boy, maybe 10,
Oh.
What?
stood before you in plain green and brown clothing with dark brown hair. You can see there's a slim chain of silver around his neck. His eyes would be what would stand out to you most, though with an almost like white blue colour to them. There'd be swirls of deep blues that would break across the surface of his eyes before like disappearing and things. It'd be like this constant like changing, shifting colour, which would be really disconcerting at first, but also like mesmerising in this sort of like gentle wave kind of way. But he would smile softly at you and then beckon and step back into the bushes.
Oh boy.
No, I'm not going to sneeze. Okay.
Kind
It
of,
was a really funny reaction, yeah.
I'm allergic to you, small boy, I'm sorry.
I follow the mysterious child.
Okay.
This is going to end well.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Scrambling after him, you'd always be walking just ahead of you, disappearing from view constantly behind like tall bushes and huge leaves that would almost seem to like lean around him and then like almost block your path, but you'd easily be able to like bat through them and things. But it would like constantly keep him like just disappearing outside and just disappearing outside until you push through a particularly large patch of plants and with leaves like the size of like shields and things like that. And you'd find yourself stood on a small clearing at the edge of a cliff.
Oh.
The young boy would be sat with his legs dangling off the edge of the cliff, watching as the storm clouds would start to gather overhead fully. And there'd be another flash of lightning that would like ripple across the clouds. And you'd go, sit, Kai. watch.
He knows your
Okay.
name. Ah!
Okay. I'll sit. What's below the cliff?
There's quite a drop, and then you can see there's almost like thorn bushes at the bottom, and then it gives way back
okay.
into the forest. So not a pleasant drop.
No.
No.
Goodness
Like
me.
a scree down the side of a almost rocky, gravelly cliff, and then bushes, spiky bushes.
Gosh.
You
This is
sat in
gonna
a
be
crow's
fun.
nest. They can sit on a cliff that's not moving.
That's true. That's
Very fair.
that's
The crow's nest
weirdly
moves.
rational. Oh my god. I'm like, actually, yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
This is
I'll sit on
fine.
the solid ground.
That sounds good. Yeah. Do we want to quickly grab the curtain? Sorry, the glare is.
Oh wow, yeah, that is bad.
What do you mean? Pale as white.
Try not to knock the camera though, please.
I think I knocked the mic. I don't know what.
Mic's fine.
The mic doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Cool.
It's the
There we
mic
go.
is the
It's just a
webcam
stand.
stand. Just the mic doesn't come off.
It doesn't match well with Isla's laptop.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd see there'd be like a moment of quiet as the boy is like watching the sky before he'd say, "Do you see it?" And he'd pause and look at you.
I look.
ominous.
At the sky?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see that the storm clouds are starting to like swirl, and there'd be an almost pattern before it would shift and move again.
Do you see it?
I can see the patterns.
It's the chaos, guy. The order. How they despise each other and yet depend on each other. Look! And he would point up at the two clouds that would be beginning to swirl together again. It's too much energy here. Too much innate magic in the creatures and the plants here. The world needs to balance itself. And you'd see these clouds like begin to like twist and roll together again, and there'd be like a grumble of thunder building again. So the storms come. The energy builds and builds till it's too much for even the sky to hold. And then, and you'd see this massive bolt of lightning would crash down from the sky, and you'd see it would strike one of the pillars that you'd seen dotted about. It would strike the orb at the top,
That's
and then you'd see
cool.
this line of lightning which would zip to the next pillar and to the next and the next
Of course.
towards the mountain.
Thank God we didn't camp under one of those, right?
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Thank you. I'll
That's
take
very
that.
smart. I liked it. Don't use it, but
And then the chaos settles. You see it, Kai? Order is needed for life, for it to grow and flow. But when things grow out of bound, chaos is needed to bring it back, to reset the balance and release the excess of energy.
Yes, I see it.
Good. You've lost my trident, Kai.
I know mostly where it is. It's just not in my immediate possession.
The last of my champions lost it too. And you will suffer the same fate as him if you do not retrieve it.
What was the fate?
I think he died.
You will become the unknown,
Oh
the
no!
unbalanced. You'll become a shadow of yourself that will wander the plains, never finding rest and never finding balance.
He's still out there.
That sounds awful.
They could still be alive.
Yeah, that's rough.
Just never perceived. Wow. That's terrifying. Oh my goodness. Let's not have that happen to you.
Yeah.
You'd see he'd reach out with his hand and like touch your arm, and you'd feel this deep cold begin to seep down into your bones, and like your skin is already quite like pallid. It would go like grey further, and even like slightly translucent as well, where he's touched your arm, and this feeling of like emptiness and hunger would wash through you, and then he'd release you, and the feeling would fade. I will not stop this guy. Find the trident again, before you lose too much of yourself. But know that my last champion knows that you have lost it.
Oh, so
Oh!
it's a race.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
They also sound that excited about it.
I'm so stressed for you.
He knew the moment you found it, and has waited for this opportunity to claim it back, to become again.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is awesome.
He'd stand up slowly and like gaze down at you for a long moment, and you'd see the storm clouds would start to like swirl together again, like directly overhead. And he'd take a couple of steps back away from the cliff edge. I need a strong champion now, Kai. Prove to me that this is you. Take that trident back before he gets to it, or you will suffer the fate. And you'd see this massive flash of lightning would cross the sky and then strike down exactly where the little boy stood.
Wow.
And this cacophonous boom that would like shake the ground and like ring in your ears. And then your eyes would refocus again and there wouldn't be anybody there.
Colt says,
Very cool.
kids these days with their tridents and champions. I know, right? God, like, read a book.
What would you like to do?
What happened to the ground?
There's a small scorch mark.
Has it turned into a rock? Because it got super hot.
No, the grass is more scorched.
Is the storm still there?
It is, yeah.
Cool. I'll watch the storm for a bit and then try and find where the camp was.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
Is it still daytime?
Yes.
Okay.
It's still like quite sunny. And like pleasantly
Absolutely
warm.
wild. It's so surreal.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like a Florida storm? Like one of their big storms that roll in? Where it's like, it's blinding sunshine and then dark skies as the clouds just cover everything.
Wow.
And then it's blinding sunshine again.
Just
Wild.
It's so
Incredible.
strange. It's like that, but it's a bit brighter in this because the clouds aren't like all encompassing. In the Florida storms that I saw when I was there, like when I was 8 or something, there was just this like do 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 kind of thing of clouds that just rolled across the sky, and you're like, it is nighttime. It's like 12 in the afternoon, but it is nighttime. Oh no, it's now sunny again. You just went inside for 10 minutes as the clouds like stormed past you, and it was like, okay. But like watching the clouds here, you'd see they'd continue to swirl and these bolts of lightning would strike down and they'd all be like drawn to these towers and would be striking the towers, and then the lightning would be jumping up the pillars up the mountain. It'd be very peaceful.
gosh.
Very cool. Very cool.
I think trying to find your way back wouldn't be too difficult. I think initially there'd be like that's the bit of bush I pushed through, so it's all broken and stuff like that. And then you'd find more and more that the foliage would like sort of lean out the way and it would give you a clear path through it, and just following that you'd end up back at the tree that's got a weird amount of honey smeared around the bottom of it. Just like some small insects. Like a small mouse-like creature, like it's got this thing, but you see, it's got 6 legs, which it's furry.
Technically an insect.
It's furry. It's definitely got like a rat-like tail, but it's got at least 2 sets of ears and stuff, and you're just like, that's almost a rat.
It's basically a bee.
And you'd be sat there like lapping up as much honey as it can fit in, and like seeing you come close and you sit there and go for the honey.
The Faewilds is just a radioactive fallout zone.
It does seem like that way, yeah.
Cool. Okie dokie.
Would you? What do you want to do for the rest of your watch? That would have taken maybe an hour.
What?
You don't have to do
Keep
anything else.
watch. I don't think I had anything else I wanted to do.
Yeah, cool. So you take watch for another 2 hours, and then who are you waking up for the final watch?
Clifford.
Yeah, because Belinda has points of exhaustion. Clifford!
Nudge him away, and he looks up at you.
It's your turn to keep watch.
It's your turn to commune with your god.
We've all prayed. Do you want to pray?
He could pray.
To Mistra?
Yeah.
There'd be a little bark from him.
Okay.
And then to bed.
Enjoy. I go
Okay.
to bed.
Clifford just sits in the middle of the camp like... And you're like, yeah, I totally just left the most responsible person in charge. It's fine. Awesome. And you all wake up after having a lovely long rest.
Oh, echo dust.
We did it! Campaign over.
Well done, everyone.
Woohoo! Belinda is down to 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Not to dunk on this unnameable individual, but like
Sucks for them, but
that
sucks for
trident
them.
was unguarded for such a long time. Like before Ursula had it, presumably, because she just found it.
Yeah.
Like, what was he doing? Just waited
Sounds like-
patiently until you had it, and then
Well, you remember the circumstances of the Sea Witch getting it?
I was actually trying to remember from my notes, but I can't really. I remember that somebody went to try and find it, but she already had it.
No,
No,
that's
Okay.
incorrect.
Where's my notes?
Oh, you've done the crystals. That's really cool.
Yeah.
The colourful crystals.
Well, we got an egg-sized diamond, apparently.
Yep, that was the one that we've got in case one of us dies.
Radicalize the miners.
Yep, we did that.
Uh,
I don't think we found out what happened then. I think it was another thing that we found out kind of Miriam around time.
No, it was around that time because I
It
think the
was?
Aboleth filled the final gaps.
Oh.
But I can recap for you if you want.
I would appreciate that because
Okay.
my notes are not.
So the Bloody Krakens did. There was a fair amount of research that you presumed was done by the cult to locate the Trident, because they knew it was a very strong artifact. And they knew it'd been hidden somewhere close by. That research led them to that isle, Little Shark. They blew a hole with some dynamite into the room, which appears to have broken some kind of protection seal on the Trident that was keeping it hidden.
Right.
The Sea Witch then detected the
And
artifact,
she grabbed it.
moved in,
Oh.
took the artifact, usurped the Aboleth, and took over the cave.
Oh, so she'd not been down there for centuries herself. She was a new tenant.
That was the Aboleth's home.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where they
I-
lived, yeah.
Yeah. So
Their
okay,
eggs.
right, and we grabbed it, or you grabbed it specifically too quickly after having failed. So presumably, if we'd taken it and not killed Ursula, she could have turned into one of these unnamed individuals too. Oh my god!
if she was attuned to it.
If she was chosen by Talos as champion.
I really, really hope that Varys is not chosen and Varys isn't attuned to it, because that would be really unfortunate. I mean, it might
You
be.
can't be attuned to it. I'm attuned to it.
I know, but it might be really convenient if Ever just forgot that he exists. It's so mean. Yes, no, I hope for your sake that he doesn't attune for it to it, and for his own.
Would Kai still wake up attuned to the Trident?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay,
good.
and everything is
Still
all
taking
right.
up an attunement slot.
You got all your fingers and toes. Cool.
I'm not dying.
Okay, that's something. Does that mean I
Good.
don't need to?
I'm just possibly being wiped from existence.
Should I?
That sounds like dying.
That's worse than death.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
That's terrifying. I don't want to forget you. You were pretty great.
So
You
do we
said
need-
some really funny things.
So do we need to keep an eye out for some centuries-old, nameless individual
How
trekking across the
can
plains
you-
to
That
kill
looks
you?
like a shadow.
That looks like a shadow.
Or we possibly can't see.
Well, maybe the
Okay.
we could keep the lantern of revealing near you.
That really relies on
Yeah.
it just being invisible.
Yeah. It's interesting. Not to get too meta about it, it's interesting that we can converse about this person who's been erased from.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like we have.
We don't know
We
who
didn't
they
even-
were, but
he
we know
didn't
who
tell
they
you
are.
that they were erased from history. He told you that they became what was don't do that.
Shadow of their former self.
I'm conflating it with the two other mages
Yeah,
who have
we
essentially
have
been removed
previously
from history.
just discussed two mages
Oh,
being
they're
wiped
not the
from
same
It's not the
person.
same.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I just
Interesting.
assumed, yeah.
Interesting.
You will become the unknown, the unbalanced.
Okay,
A
so this
shadow
is
of yourself. Never finding
Right.
rest and never finding balance.
That's so sad. Okay, right. Well, this is gonna be tough.
Just gotta keep an eye out
So
for that NPC.
it also seems like when you have it in your hand, they can't do anything about it. You know, like they like it's a race for them to get to the Trident before you. If you get to it before them, they can take it from you.
Can't they?
Well, just from the implication of this. Also, hang on a second.
Does this mean I just have to carry a trident about for the rest of my life?
Yes.
What did you think was going to happen when you were like, I want to be champion of Talos?
I don't think that Kai ever
And
said
this is
that.
his trident.
Do you remember that was not how the achievement
That
went down?
is fully not
The
what,
achievement
yeah.
went down with, let's just figure out some stuff. What's the quickest way to learn about this artifact?
I'll attune
Attune
to
to
it.
it.
Yeah.
He turned up and be like, do you want to be my champion? And I'm like, maybe, I guess.
It was that or death.
Yeah.
Does Kai actually fill us in on all of the stuff?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Adolin will be listening like bug-eyed, like, wow.
I know this god looks like a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah, it's really
Kinda
upsetting.
rad.
Like,
That's rad as hell.
we've got to catch up to Varro and get his trident back.
Okay, well,
So I think that might be a good place to end the session for today.
what?
Yeah, we have to have a slightly earlier finish today, I'm afraid.
Boo.
Only 4 hours.
That's nothing. Nothing.
And we will pick this back up
In 2 weeks.
in, is it 2 weeks time?
2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Not next weekend, but the weekend after.
Indeed.
Okay.
Sunday again.
Sunday the 12th. Right.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So yes, we will close out this session there with Kai having had a lovely chat with
Oh my goodness.
Talos, Baba Talos.
The Storm Lord. Tiny child.
Oh my goodness.
And thank you so much for joining us on this session of Let's Roll Hell and Highwater and on the Glasgow 2024 stream.
Yay.
We really appreciate you tuning in and watching. I love seeing the comments come through and the chatter and the
So
background.
many
It's
good puns.
awesome.
I appreciate
I
it.
do like the puns as well. Please do consider supporting Glasgow 2024. We do offer online memberships as well, so you can purchase an online membership and just attend everything that we're going to be streaming. We don't have a full program of everything we're going to be streaming yet, but we are going to try and commit to streaming as much as we technically can. There will be
makes
some limitations on what we physically can stream and what kind of bandwidth we're going to get. We're still working all of that out, but we do look forward to giving the best convention we possibly can to you all.
Yeah, for
So-
sure.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, 9. There it is.
Yeah, I saw you do that and have that reaction. And I was like, oh, bud.